Welcome to the You're in Charge podcast, prioritizing your self-care without sacrifice. I'm your host, Heather Dumas, healthy lifestyle strategist, owner and founder of HD Transformations Coaching Company. I am passionate about helping you juggle all the balls and look and feel like a badass doing it. If we've never met and I walked up to you on the street and shook your hand and introduced myself, would I see the person that you want me to see? Do you feel like you represent who you really are inside? Or have maybe you allowed your external appearance, your light in your eyes, your energy that you exude, have you allowed those to be faded, shifted, morphed by life? I really feel like sometimes as we go through life, we we give to everyone else. And it's always at the sacrifice of ourselves. So I want to know truly, when was the last time you were seen for being who you want to be? When was the last time you were seen as the powerhouse, go-getter, energy, energizer bunny that you want to be? Or is that even what you want to be? Do you want to have to be the person that's out and up for everyone else? Or would you rather kind of step back and be behind the scenes? I'm not really a behind the scenes person, if you hadn't figured that out. I'm an out in front person. Um, and I love being out in front and I love talking to people and I love, interacting with people. But there was a time when I would look in the mirror and what I saw disappointed me. It disgusted me, actually. Um, I, I just didn't recognize that person. And so many of the women that I help, so many of the women I work with, they come to me for that reason. Because when they look in the mirror, they don't see a reflection of that badass that they are inside. They don't see the leader. They don't see the, person that always had all the energy. They don't see the person that has a million ideas and is on top of her game. They see a beat down, exhausted, overweight woman. And that's not what they want to be seen as. That's not how they want to project. So let's talk about what is one small step that you can do to get you to the point where you actually, the image on the outside matches the person on the inside. And maybe we never get there. I don't know. I don't know if anyone ever really truly feels like I look like amazing all the time. We certainly have our moments, right? But then we all have doubt. We all catch ourselves in a reflection somewhere and are like, ugh, or we see a picture from a weird angle. So I think we all doubt ourselves, throughout, and that's normal. But looking in the mirror and not liking or recognizing the image you see, or feeling like other people don't see you for who you truly are, that is a problem. And all those little steps, we think, okay, well, I got to overhaul my life. No, it's actually a bunch of little steps. So what's one you can take? I recently did a workshop and that's all we talked about was the little steps that it takes to get there. And if you want a copy of it, send me a message. I'm happy to send you the replay. That was what we talked about, was exactly how to make little changes to get where you want to go, because everyone is physically capable of changing. Science proves it. Sure, do some of us, have to work harder than others? Yes, absolutely. Anthony's body changes like that. As soon as he decides he wants to do something, his muscles get bigger, he gets leaner, whatever. He's an Italian specimen. I think he's hot. That's why I married him, because he's sexy as hell. But it's frustrating as hell because I have to work 10 times harder to get half as far because of the way that my metabolism, my hormones, my body works. But I can change my body. Everyone is physically capable of it. It's just a matter of knowing the right things. And I think it's not even maybe that you don't know the right things. I think some of us don't want to change. I think some of us are super comfortable with exactly where we are right now. I know I was at that point for a while until I got fed up. I was just content because it felt like changing. It felt like doing the thing was so daunting, overwhelming. I was doing so many other things. I couldn't possibly take that on too. But then I got to a point where I was like, enough is enough. I can't keep feeling like this. I can't keep dragging myself out of bed and ripping everyone's heads off and, hating how I look in the mirror and all of these things. I can't keep doing this. So I started putting one foot in front of the other and doing one thing at a time. And that's what I do with my clients. We do one thing at a time, one foot in front of the other, but they have to want to change. Obviously, that's why they come to me, right? They want to change. But even sometimes hiring a coach or signing up for a program isn't enough. Sometimes you get in there and you still don't want it bad enough to go through the suck, to go through the mental challenge of changing. And that's why it's important to do little things that give you big wins, little things that snowball into big things that create stepping stones. If you decide I'm never going to have fill in the blank, sugar, carbs, whatever, again, I'm going to the gym 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, no breaks, none of that stuff is going to succeed, right? Because eventually you're going to get burned out sooner than later, probably. But if you decide I'm just going to go for a walk at lunch every day, that's absolutely doable. I'm just going to get up 15 minutes earlier so I can have some time to breathe before I have to run out the door or deal with the kids or whatever. I'm just going to cook one meal a week, right? All of these things are manageable and they will allow you to get back to the person you want to be. I love to say, you're in charge, right? You're in charge. So if you want the inside to match the outside and vice versa, then you're capable of changing. You're in charge of how long it takes. You're in charge of taking that first step. And you're also in charge of owning it and better own it if you choose not to. So if you've gotten up day after day after day and looked in the mirror and hated what you saw, or if you feel like a fraud when you get in front of people, or you feel like they don't see you, you feel invisible because, they're just seeing the outside and they don't see the inside, then it's time to take charge, to make a change, to start doing some little things right now that will snowball into bigger things. You deserve to be seen for the badass you are. You deserve to feel like the badass you are. I say it all the time, right? And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops because I am sick and tired of people, especially women, walking around feeling like shit, feeling like imposters, feeling like whatever, less than, when they're the smartest people I know, they're the most driven people I know, they're the most capable people I know. Don't sell yourself short and don't let other people sell you short just because the outside doesn't match the inside. Make some small changes, commit to doing something right now, today. What can you do today? What's one little thing you can do that will start the snowball to build? I can't emphasize enough how it's just one little thing. For me, it was starting to slow down, actually. That was for me. I had to slow down. I had to stop and I had to allow myself to feel the feels and think the thoughts and not keep running past my feelings. It's really hard. It's really easy not to feel things if you just keep running. Right? For other people, they just have to, start to move again. Maybe they haven't moved in a long time. You know, maybe they just have to start with, like I said, going for a walk. Others, they have to start stopping something, meaning stopping going through the drive-through, stopping having that late night snack that you don't really need because you're not really hungry, stopping having that glass of wine the minute you walk in the door. That's a big one. What if instead you walked in the door, you put on some tennis shoes, and you walked back out the door and went for a walk, a run, a workout, something? Or you just went and sat in a park. It's warm outside now. It's getting beautiful. Go sit outside. It will decompress you so much faster than that glass of wine, and you won't beat yourself up in the morning for it. In fact, that's something I've started adding is an extra movement of some kind in the evenings now that we have more daylight and it's nicer outside. And I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't want to do it. A lot of times I'm like, ugh, I already worked out today. I don't really need this, but I've committed to myself to do it and I don't want to let myself down. So I've been doing it. And every single time I do it, I call Anthony and I say, I feel so good. I'm so glad I made myself do this. But it's a bit like the kid in the bathtub, right? They don't want to get in, but they never want to get out. Sometimes we have to get ourselves to that point. But if you really feel like some incongruence, that people aren't seeing you for who you are, people aren't seeing your badassery. All they see is somebody that's run down, overweight, grumpy, bitchy, short-tempered, or you're walking out the door feeling less than amazing because you couldn't get into that suit or your pants don't quite fit right or, whatever, fill in the blank. Aside from like your hair not working, which actually being healthier makes your hair better. So I guess that counts too. Then it's time to start doing something about it. It's time to decide that you're done mismatching, and that it's time for you to take charge and do something to make yourself feel better. One thing. So I would love for you to shoot me a message and tell me what your one thing is that you're going to do. As soon as you watch this, as soon as you listen to the podcast, as soon as you read the blog, reply back, send me a message, comment on it, and tell me what's your one thing today. And then start tagging me. I don't know if you've seen, but I made this challenge to a good group of friends that I have. We are in a networking group together, and I told them that they all need to start walking. And they started tagging me, and they're loving it. And now they feel like they've let me down if they don't go for their walk, which I secretly kind of love because that makes them want to do it. So tag me, take a picture on, and post it on your Instagram stories. Tag me. I did my one thing today. Right? Let's see if we can start people buzzing about that and asking what is this that you're doing, this one thing every day? Maybe it's a different thing. I'm going to tell you it's easier if it's the same thing every day, and it's even easier if it's the same time every day. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers here. I'll take whatever you'll give me so that you can start feeling like yourself and feeling like the badass that you are. If you need help beyond that one thing, or if you're feeling like there's so many places I could start, I have no idea where to start. Again, reach out, shoot me a message. Let's have a conversation. Maybe I can shoot you, DM me. Maybe I can send you some ideas. Okay. So you're in charge, my friend. You're in charge of your own happiness and your own authenticity. So if it doesn't feel like you see who the badass you are, or people aren't seeing you for the badass you are, it's time to do something about it. Don't forget to tag me so I can celebrate you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you're in charge. You're the only one who can create the life and the body you desire. You and only you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to cheer you on and occasionally to give you the kick in the ass you need to make it happen. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you found value in today's episode, please hit subscribe. It'll bring all the newest episodes to the top of your list. You won't have to worry about it. One less thing. And I would love for you to share it with your most stressed out, frazzled friend. She needs it even more than you do. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to cover, reach out, shoot me a message on any of the socials or directly on my website. I would love to hear your idea, your question, and I'm always looking for new ones. Until next time, keep being the badass you are, and remember, you are in charge.